I've used organic marketing and social media to generate multiple six figures of revenue for my online business. And in this video, I'm starting from complete scratch. I'm going to generate a completely random offer and then in a live breakdown, show you how I would market that offer on social media, including which platforms I would pick out, how I would use AI for content ideas, how I would go into my ICP's pain points, how I would go over a posting schedule, and then also how I would turn views into leads, which is ultimately the end goal of social media and organic content. By the end of this video, not only will you have some AI prompts you could copy, some title and content ideas you could steal, and a posting schedule, but you'll also understand the frameworks of what it takes to add an extra six figures to your business using social media and organic content. So I'm going to head over to ChatGPT right now and generate a completely random offer, and then I'm going to hop into how you can mark that offer online in this live masterclass. Let's get into it. All right, guys, I'm going to live just generate a completely random offer here, and then we're going to go into finding the pain points for the offer. So ChatGPT, give me an online B2B offer in the framework of we help XYZ with XYZ, we guarantee XYZ and XYZ timeframe. This is like the generic sort of offer that you'll see online. And I'm going to pick one of these and let's see what it comes up with. Give me 5 random examples, please. I always say please, guys. You never know what you never know what the future holds here. But jokes aside, okay, we help e-commerce managers make a cart. Okay. We help B2B SaaS founders. I like this first one. All right, so this is going to be the offer that we are going to talk about today. All right, so I'm going to come here and this will be a sort of live breakdown of how we're going to do this. So we offer, let's just make this a little bit smaller so you guys can see it. This is the offer that we're working with. So we help B2B SaaS founders with demo to trial conversions to boost your trial to paid conversion. Right? Let's just do this. We help B2B founders with free trial signups, and we guarantee at least 100 a month, or you'll receive an additional month of service free. This is much more straightforward for a lot of people to understand. Basically, it's a lead generation offer. We help B2B SaaS founders with field trial signups. We guarantee at least 100 a month. All right, cool. So the first thing after we do, so we have our offer now, and the first thing I'm going to break down for you guys is basically, let me get my pen going here. All right, now we got the pen working. So the first thing we want to do is we want to understand our ICP here. Understand ICP. All right, and this is super, super important because every single piece of content revolves around the person we're targeting. We're not going for views, we're going for leads. So right here, our ICP is B2B SaaS founders. So I'm gonna hop into ChatGPT and actually use it to generate some pain points. So I have this, and I'll link this down below in our free community. This is basically some prompts that I've used before to come up with my own content ideas. So let's go over this. I run a marketing company, blah, blah, blah. Copy this really quickly for you guys, and I'm gonna explain what this prompt is. All right, so I run an AI marketing company and I'm going to actually insert our offer here, and feel free to copy this exact prompt here. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to do this. So I run an offer where we help B2B SaaS founders with free trial sign up, blah, blah, blah. We just read this. Give them ideal client profile. Who is my target company? Okay, cool. So I'm going to hit enter and let this sort of generate. The idea here is, if you want to screenshot this, is we are asking ChatGPT for the pain points of our ICP. All right, we're asking ChatGPT for our ICP's pain points. All right, and the thing here is all content ideas, and this is something you want to note down. All content is building trust at scale. Building trust at scale. All right, that's really all it is. All right, and the way you build trust is by solving people's pain points. All right, the way you build trust, solve ICP's pain points. All right, that's why we're generating the ICP pain points first, because if you work backwards, ICP, if we solve these, we build trust, and we build trust. That's all content creation is. That's why you're posting on social media, is to build trust. When you get a person's trust, they trust you, they want to work with you. All right, that's why we're getting these guys' pain points first. All right, boom. So this right here is how you generate insane amount of content ideas. Right, like this is literally how you do it. All right, so I'm going to take these content ideas here, and I'm going to actually head over to Google Sheets. Actually, I'll just come here and sort of show you how you guys could do it yourself. So I'll start from complete scratch. So these are the pain points. It's a lot of them. I'll keep those sort of hiding out right there for a second. I'm going to navigate over to Google Sheets. I'm going to start a completely blank sheet here. So this is going to be, just call this example ICP. Example ICP pain point sheet. All right, cool. So all we're doing here is we're organizing our ideas. So we're going to have category, ICP pain point, content. Let's do solution, content idea. All right, so the first thing we're going to do here, since there's 20 for each, is I'm just going to organize this live here. So first is pain points. Do it for 20 rows, so it should go to 21 here. This should be good. And then we're going to copy these ICP pain points. So I'm going to go over here, grab these, 20 here. I'm just going to do it for one, and you guys can do it for all of them if you want to. So it skips some for some reason. You should be able to format them. Here's what I'll do is I'll just do this. I'm not a Google Sheets wizard here, but do this here. We could just delete those out. So I'm just going to get these out here, these out here. Okay, cool. So now what we're going to do here is we're essentially just going to work through the ICP pain point and generate a solution for each pain point. Now I'm going to do 5 for example here because I know you guys get the point after a few. So I'll actually just do 5 from each, and I'll just delete the rest of these. It looks a little bit cleaner here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 6. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do here first is essentially, again, solve these pain points, right? And the great thing is that if you pick an offer that you know in, these are super easy. Like if you know, if you're, let's say for example here, we're working with this offer here. We're working with how to help B2B SaaS founders. If you've been a B2B SaaS founder, it's super easy, right? It's super easy to fill these out. That's why I highly recommend you create an offer that you're aligned with. You either have past professional experience in, or you've sold to them before, or you ran that type of business before. It's the easiest way. Why am I struggling to hit 100 free trials a month? Well, lack of lead flow, no marketing, no prospecting. Let's do no pipeline. It's better. Now, this is not a solution. So actually what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do insert column to the right. This is going to be solution. It's going to be problems to solve. All right, so we get deduce this right here into lack of lead flow, no marketing, no pipeline. Solution is marketing strategy. And yes, this is oversimplified, but that's fine because content is meant to be broad. And I'm going to go over the content funnel in a second here, but this is all you really need to be doing in the beginning. Make this whole thing like that. All right, cool. How can I generate qualified signups without blowing through my ad budget? All right, there's a few ways to do this. So the problems is basically lack of ad knowledge, because if you're blowing through your ad budget, you're not getting leads because you don't know what ads are performing. You don't know what ads are. Content, referrals. All right, so you could do better ads, obviously, content, and that content will reduce ad spend. And then finally is referral structure. Okay, what's causing our trial signup to plateau? This one's pretty simple. It's like the same thing. Trial signups are plateauing. Better solution is, this would be building trust, I would say, or better, literally a better landing page. If you're a SaaS company and your landing page is bad, you're probably not going to get as many trial signups, right? Or you need to build trust. Like, why would I sign up for a trial? If they're not even signing up for a free trial, it's like there's a severe lack of trust, or you're targeting the wrong people. So I want to talk through this stuff. Is you could keep on thinking about solutions, targeting wrong people. If your SaaS is for XYZ people and you're targeting someone that has no idea why they're on that page, it's not going to work, right? This goes again back to bad ads or just targeting the wrong people. Why do so many people never activate the trial? Lack of good demo. No, let's do wrong ICP. And let's do no upsell route. Okay. Fix upsell route. Lack of, let's see, better trial demos. Okay, and then I'll just do 5 for you guys. How do I lower our cost per trial acquisition? Better ads. Again, a lot of these repeat. That's why we do this. So this comes back to sort of this here. Lack of ad knowledge, content, and referrals. All right, the way to fix that is the same thing, better content, ads, and referrals. Now, a few things happen here. One is I just did this for, a few, right? Obviously, there's 20 here. There's some mental doubts that you want to clarify. There's bottlenecks you want to clarify. There's what would double their business, so like actually how to turn lead gen on, what would allow them to save more time, etc. There's a lot of stuff that you could do from each one here. And the way you want to organize it is, again, so for mental doubts, I would just go to mental doubts and come back here. I would do this. I would do, 5 or 10. Do this. Clear these out for organization. And then I would just go here, pick out the first 5. Done. Right? And that's pretty much it. And then I'll do the same thing. Boom, boom, boom. You could even do a drop down here. So if you guys want to insert a drop down, which I'll show you how to do, it might be even easier. You could go to insert. You go to drop down. Option 1 would be pain points, mental doubts, etc. Add a nice little color for each. Done. And now basically what you could do here is, instead of this, just to make it look nicer, you could basically just have a drop down for each. So these could be pain points. These could be mental doubts, etc. Sort of get the deal here. You can delete these and delete everyone in between for clarity's sake. And now you have a nice looking table that you could basically use. You can give to someone to fill out. You can use AI to fill it out, or you can fill it out yourself. I highly recommend you do this yourself because you'll understand who you're targeting, right? But yeah, that's basically how you do it. And I'm just going to roll with these few here. So you can see that we know our ICP now because we know their pain points. So we sort of established the pain points, and these are all of the pain points here. Again, there's a lot of them, and I encourage you to do the entire exercise because if you do this, you'll never run out of content ideas again. Basically, we want to deduce all of these pain points into what I like to call common themes, right? Common, say, themes or failure themes. Yeah, let's do failure themes. So here, it seems like these guys don't know how to run ad problem, small budget, no content, no referral system. Let's see if we're missing anything. And the great thing about AI is that if you do this all in one chat in ChatGPT, you can basically just do this. So just screenshot this really quickly. Go back here. I created a table trying to solve my ICP's pain points so I could turn them into content ideas. What are some common pain point failures or points in the business where they fail at that we could use to solve in content to help try to reach these people online for my business? So again, guys, these are people we're targeting. So the better we understand pain points, we could come up with content ideas. The better we could come up with content ideas, we can market to these people. It's all about pain point awareness and using content to solve pain point awareness. That's when you build trust. That's when you get people to pay you. All right, so let's see here, failure points. Summarize into 5 main failure points of B2B SaaS companies that we are targeting. Cool. Look at those. See how well they align with what we sort of listed out here. Do it over here. Okay, much better. Onboarding friction, weak engagement. Yep. So I didn't have this one in here, so let's remove this. Okay, cool. So these are like common points of failure. These are the things that we want to solve with content. All right, let's say these are the main pain points here. Turn these to red. These are all the main pain points. Right? We want to solve these pain points with content. We'll solve these with content. All right, there we go. So now we've done the ICP pain points. We've turned the pain points into like main points of failure. So these are like the main points of failure. Now what we want to do is take these and turn these into content ideas. So I like to do this manually, but you could also use AI. But let's just go through the first ones here. So if the solution is a marketing strategy and that solves the problem of lack of lead flow, would solve this pain point. Basically, this is a video. How to market a B2B SaaS company in 2025. Full guide. Boom, there you go. How to run, let's see, steal this ads masterclass for your B2B SaaS company. How to double trial signups for your B2B SaaS company. You see here, we're just literally reworking the pain points and the problems. We're sort of combining these and turning them into content ideas. Now, this comes with experience, and I've watched a lot of YouTube and I've done a lot of YouTube. That's our whole offer is around this stuff. I have tons of other videos, by the way, on the channel about how to actually come up with content ideas and strategies. This is like raw off the top stuff to give you guys a breakdown of how you guys could do it yourself. The titles come with experience, but it's not very hard to go and do some research. So you could even take these, just come up with the title by yourself, post it onto YouTube and see the search results. So let's just actually do that. Just go right to YouTube. Search. We'll see. 4 marketing strategies that grew my SaaS to 7 figures. The best B2B strategies for 25. So you would want to do something like this. Like this is a massive outlier. And if you guys want, you could download the extension. It's called vidIQ. I believe they have a free version you guys could use. Let's do vidIQ here. So what's called vidIQ, and it'll tell you a score. So basically, this is something that is there's low competition for it, but there's not as much volume for it. But yeah, you can see here that 23,000 views. This is a huge outlier on these guys' channel. So you might want to do something like this: the best B2B marketing strategies for 2025. You could even add a column over here, like called revise content titles. Right? Because this is a content idea this is idea, right? An idea and a title are huge, huge things. An idea is what you want to talk about. A title is telling the algorithm that you want XYZ person to see your video, right? So you could do the revised title content here, and you could basically say, what's this one? The best B2B marketing strategies for 2025. The best B2B SaaS marketing strategies for 2025. All right, so now what we've done here, and then I know I just did it for this one, but the point still stands for all of the other ones, is we turned the ICP pain point. We solved, we deduced the problems that you need to solve. Like, why are these people experiencing this? It's because of this. All right, well, how do we solve this? It's this. All right, well, what's a content idea that would solve this at scale? It's this. Now let's go and see on YouTube what actually works. Well, it's this. So that is how this is a title idea for your ICP pain point, right? And you could automate a lot of this, but I think you should do it manually, especially if you're just starting with content, because you understand how your ICP thinks, and then you can just fire this stuff off the dome. You'll literally just be sitting there thinking, working, like, oh, this is a good content idea, write it down. Oh, this is a good content idea, write it down. We have some automated content ideation systems as well. There's a video that I'll pop up on my channel somewhere, maybe here, where you can automatically have a form. You just fill out that form every day and it'll automatically add it into your content ideas. That's another video. It's a simple automation setup. That's something we do as well. So that's sort of how I would run through it. I'll do 2 more here that are already filled out. So the content idea is steal this as masterclass for your B2B company. And we don't want to steal exactly, like that's not something you should do, because it doesn't work and it's, there's no creativity there. But let's see what does well for other people. All right, I'm glad this came up because this isn't doing well. All right, so this strategy here, steal this as masterclass for your B2B SaaS company. This is not working well. This guy posted 3 years ago. That's bad. 3 months ago with 214 views. That's also not very good. Just from a TAM perspective, a total addressable market. Like, a lot of people aren't coming across this video. If this is ranked, right, and it's only got 213 views, that means not a lot of people are actually looking this up. All right, this might be better. Facebook ads for SaaS, 7 easy wins. All right, so that's something you actually want to look into. So let's just change that here. Let's go back here. The best Facebook ads set up for your SaaS company. All right, that's something that's better. All right, how to double trial sign up for your B2B SaaS company. Let's go here. All right, this is good. 77K last year, 10K. That's still 5 years ago. That's not something we want to see necessarily. This is the smartest SaaS marketing strategy I've ever seen. This is 5 years ago. This guy has the exact title, and this didn't do well. So we want to rephrase this. This is how to get trial signups for my B2B SaaS company. Let's see what this comes up with. 2K views, 130K views. My SaaS user growth system. Get your first 100 to 1,000 viewers. All right, that's good. How to get your first 1,000 free SaaS users, right? And depending, let's see, trial SaaS users. And then if it's for free, obviously you don't want to stretch the truth or lie. You say for free, right? That's something that would entice more people to click on it, right? Or you could say using XYZ method, right? Whatever you want to talk about in your video. And this is where it comes down to skills. Like I can't give you what to talk about because we don't focus on specifically growing SaaS companies with paid ads and stuff. So I don't know. But if you do know, then you know exactly what to talk about in this video, right? This is why, again, alignment with your offer and your skills around your offer is what makes content good. So you still, at the end of the day, no matter how many hacks I can give you, you have to know what you're doing. You have to know what you're talking about. You have to know how to actually perform and get results for your clients. All right. So again, this is what we're doing. We're getting the ICP pain point. We're deducing it into why they're solving that pain. We're solving that pain for them. We're turning that into a content idea. Then we're researching on these platforms which content ideas actually work. All right, now let's go into some actual platform selection. I just want to sort of summarize what we've done so far. Again, number one is some reason I can't. Oh, there we go. Number one is ICP pain points. Two is deduce pain points into failure points, solve failure points, turn solutions into content ideas, into validated ideas with some quick research. All right, that's what we did so far. And this would all fall under pretty much step number 1 and 2, which is just ICP pain point. I don't know why the O does that. 2, content idea. All right, that is like step number 1. That's the fundamental thing I want you guys to decide. Now let's go more into, okay, well, I have content ideas. Well, how do I actually know which platforms to be on? Let's cover that next. I'm just going to grab a few resources from my resources pack here, and then let's go into that. All right, now I got a few resources here that will help you understand how to post the right types of videos. So now that you have the content ideas, which is probably the hardest part for a lot of people, that's cool. What type of posts do you have to make now, right? There's a difference between content ideas and content types, right? Because different pieces of content serve different purposes, right? So, and to understand that, you want to know the content funnel. This is very, very key to understanding what types of content to post. For example, top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. You could take one content idea. So let's actually just go ahead and do that. You could take this content idea, for example, the best B2B marketing strategies for 2025, and you could turn it into top, middle, and bottom of funnel content. So it'd be 3 separate videos stemming from this one content idea. All right, I'm gonna get into an example of that in a second. But first, I wanna explain what this is, what you're looking at. Top of funnel, a funnel obviously gets narrower towards the end, and it's the same thing with the amount of people that come through it. So basically, if you go down, you'll reach less people, but you'll also make more money. Top of funnel is super viral. You're reaching hundreds of people, thousands of people, tens of thousands of people. Middle funnel is for educating, right? So this is telling the people at the top, okay, this is what we do. This is why we do it. This is educating your audience. Like this video is a educating video. This would be middle of funnel. I'm taking all the people that have seen this video and I'm educating on why content's important, how to actually come up with content ideas, and how to do everything that I'm talking about in this video. Bottom of funnel would basically be doing this, right? So I'll actually show you bottom of funnel. It would be going to my content on my page, which I have screenshots of, and it'll be showing you basically social proofing and results, which I'll just show you here. This is bottom up funnel. And this is also show you that this stuff works. This is what we do for all of our clients. And these are some of the client case studies we've been able to achieve. 0 to 10K in 44 days, growing channels, small channels getting 10K clients, like that is bottom of the funnel content and bottom of the funnel videos that's meant to take the people that are educated and then sell them on your solution. So top of funnel, reach a lot of people. Middle of funnel, educate people as much as possible. Bottom of funnel, take those top and middle people and say, hey, this is my solution. This is why it works. This is why I know what I'm talking about. Come and work with me. That's when you get calls, leads, clients, a community, etc. Right? That's the content funnel. And you really want to optimize for every single video. So let's go over an example of this video, but for like different, top parts of the content or funnel, I should say. All right. So one is top of funnel. So this would be a top of funnel video. This is super broad. Think about the people that will see this. Every single B2B SaaS marketing out there, like any SaaS out there that's in B2B would pretty much see this. And I can make a way that it will actually be even more. Top of funnel is this. If I did this, the best SaaS marketing strategy. So now you're not targeting B2B, you're targeting every single SaaS company out there. So that's like the most top of funnel you could get. All right. Middle of the funnel type of video would basically be something like that's very similar. All right. So let's just take this example, post it here. This would be the best SaaS marketing strategy for 2025, full guide. This is where you would actually go into a lot of detail on exactly how people can do this stuff. Same title, same idea. It's just a much more in-depth video. This top of the marketing video, this will be a more broad, hypey, flashy cuts, flashy edits, etc. Right? Just to get people in, to get retention, to draw people in. This would be more of a valuable video, like what I'm giving right now. More of a raw breakdown, showing your expertise, showing, exactly what you can bring to the table. Now, bottom of the funnel would be something along the lines of basically this. Now, this would be the best B2B marketing strategy live case study. Or see the best, let's do B2B SaaS marketing strategy, 0 to 10K a month. Now, this is not the best title. I don't want to lie like this is a really good title. You would have to optimize this title. I just want to go over like the concepts of the different parts of the funnel and how you could take one idea and turn it into multiple, because again, every single part of the funnel is meant for specific purposes because people are in different buying stages, etc. All right. So the bottom of the funnel is basically going over a case study. So you go over the marketing strategy like you would in the other videos. This one is just going over marketing strategy. This one is going over full guide and details. And this is going over the marketing strategy and how you've actually helped someone go from 0 to 10K a month. Or maybe your business, you're a B2B business, marketing SaaS or marketing B2B SaaS, and you've done this marketing strategy, go from 0 to 10K. All right. So this would be going over bottom of the funnel and convincing people that you know what you're talking about. All right. So you can see this is super broad. This is just really in depth, right? By nature, a lot of people won't watch it, but the right people will. And this is going over like, okay, now you know exactly that what this is about. You know that I'm what I'm talking about. You know that it's important. Now you actually see my strategy and I'm good at what I do. And if you could nail all these, and if you could get people in alignment with pretty much all of this stuff, like if you could knock off all these things here, you will get sales calls, leads, and clients from a B2B SaaS marketing people, right? Or B2B SaaS founders, I should say. Just think that's the ICP. That is the content funnel, and that's like a breakdown of how the content funnel works. And a content funnel also will influence heavily the types of platforms that you will pick. Now, these are all the platforms right here, pretty much. And this is the general workflow of what we do. All right. So we have YouTube, and then we use AI and automation to repurpose into LinkedIn posts, Twitter posts, Instagram, etc. All right. But all of these platforms are also solving different purposes. So YouTube is the only place, and I'll actually just show you guys because I highly recommend being on YouTube. It's the best platform. This funnel, the only social media that solves every single part of this funnel here is YouTube. YouTube, you could do hypey long form videos. You could also do super in-depth videos like this. As a matter of fact, it's the only platform that accomplishes this. And then also you could do case study videos as well. All right. Instagram, I think, is a close second. I think Instagram solves the top for sure. You can get a lot of reach. It's probably even better than YouTube by getting a lot of reach. You could sort of solve the middle, and then you could sort of solve the bottom. I don't think you could really solve the bottom. I think people need to see in-depth, long form, what people, actually provide, or what you provide to the table, what I provide to the table. That's why you're watching this. So it's hard for YouTube or for Instagram, to really solve this. So I'll do like a dash line here for solving the bottom. Written, forget about it. That's like top of the funnel. It's really educating people sort of, but it's hard again to convince people on LinkedIn, in my opinion, that you're really good at what you do, because a lot of people have to see, they have to interact with you, have to see how you roll, how you speak, the past case studies you have, how you break stuff down. All right. So that is sort of going to influence the platforms you are on. So let's go into a little bit of a breakdown again of the different platforms and where I would focus a lot of my time. All right. So what I would do is I would post at least minimum one video a week here. So let's do YouTube, one vid a week, minimum. All right, minimum. Then Instagram, what I would do here is I try to do every other day, but I would do at least 2 vids a week, right? And the reason for it is because it's so easy. I could just grab my phone's laying around here, and I could just bang out 2 Instagram reels super quick. All right. LinkedIn and Twitter, I would use AI to write all of these. If you go to our website, you can see our exact repurposing workflows. You can watch our free demo video on the internal tool we use. You can sort of see how that works. We basically this is our dashboard, our internal tool that we turn our YouTube videos into a LinkedIn post. You can sort of get inspiration from that and see how we could do that. I also have a video on my channel going over why I think LinkedIn is cooked in the near future. You could also feel free to watch that. But LinkedIn, I would just use AI to post probably once or twice a week. I'd post I'd post text about you. I would make LinkedIn highly personalized so people could like you, and then they go to your YouTube to watch your other stuff, which leads me back to the actual funnel we'll be doing. So whatever traffic you're generating, and I'll erase this so you guys could sort of see me better. Whatever traffic you're generating, I would send it all to YouTube. Without a doubt, send it all to YouTube. That's sort of what the picture here entails anyways. But we're going to be posting on YouTube's once a week, right? We're going to be repurposing down, or you don't have to repurpose. You could just write these yourself, or you could, film these yourself, whatever you want to do. But you want to send all that traffic back to YouTube. You want to send all the LinkedIn traffic back to YouTube. If you go to my LinkedIn and Instagram, they're both linked down below. You'll see the links in the bios are just my YouTube videos disguised in a funny way. They're either disguised as a free training, as a masterclass, whatever it is, because they're just hosted on YouTube. So my goal is to turn in these short form people, like the dopamine heads, usually the people that scroll all day. I'm trying to turn them into long form viewers that could sit down and watch hours of my content. All right. And same thing with LinkedIn. These are like more professional people that are busy. I want some of them to be able to go to my YouTube video and get in-depth nurture on exactly what I do, right? And just watch my stuff so they can understand what I do and eventually work with it. All right, so that's how I would pick out platforms. And it's first by understanding the content funnel here. Right, so understand the content funnel and then pick out the right platform. So I'll sort of break down some more steps for you guys here. I know this is off the top, so if any of this stuff needs clarification, just let me know. But this is how I think about it in my head. All right, so one is understand the content funnel. Use your audience and the content funnel to pick platforms. Have a posting schedule, which I recommend minimum one time on YouTube, one YouTube a week. Let's do short form content a week. I'll do 2 to 3 written a week. That's what I would do. If anything, I would do 2 YouTube a week if you can. I think it's beyond worth it. But this would sort of fall into step number 2, which is picking your platform strategy. So you have your ICP, pain points and content ideas. Now it's picking the right social media. All right, because once you have the content ideas, then you can just post them on social media, right? And the last thing here that I want to cover with you guys is the funnel. All right, this is super, 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 super important because the funnel is what actually, makes you money. So if you look at our whole process here, let's copy this really quickly. Look at our whole process here. I'll just put it right here. This is our entire AI content infrastructure. This is like what we do. So on YouTube, this is our YouTube content creation process. I'm not going to cover it in depth because this is more like theory video. If you want, I have dozens of videos on my channel about how I actually use YouTube to book in the majority of our calls, about a call a day at this point. We add anywhere from $10,000, $15,000 to $20,000 a month directly from YouTube. It's pretty much all of our lead flow comes from. This is our YouTube content strategy. This is sort of part number 1 here that makes the whole thing work really well. Part number 2 is what I just went over, which is, repurposing, getting on the right platforms, etc. This is the screenshot from earlier, getting on the right platforms down here. And this is number 3, which you can't live without. It's conversion mechanisms, right? It's actually taking the traffic that you're getting. So it's taking attention. At the end of the day, all social media is attention. And ideally, it's the right attention. So let's say ideally right attention. This means you're actually reaching your right audience, taking the right attention and turning them into leads, sales calls, clients. clients. All right. And there's a few ways that you can do this. Again, I have a little bit of a visual for you guys. Let me find it really quickly. This one right here, this should give you guys a sort of visual breakdown of what I would do. But basically, like the content funnel, there's also an awareness funnel. You could call it an awareness funnel or like a conversion funnel. Let's do conversion. And this is all made up numbers here. These are just what came with the graphic. But basically, let's say this is views. This makes more sense if this is views. Of those views, you'll get people that are interested or that they become, a lead. So leads. So meetings. All right. So of the content that comes, let's just say it's YouTube specific. I get this many views on a video or on 5 videos or in a week, right? Of the people that see, some people are going to be interested. Of those people that are interested, not all of them are going to take action. Only some of them will actually take action and become leads. A lead is someone that gives you a contact. All right. All a lead is a contact. I'll show you a little bit more in depth the funnel, but this could be like a VSL, community, lead magnet, etc. Right? As long as you're getting a person's phone, email number, one of those things, you're good. And finally, all those people that are leads, you get meetings, right? These are like sales calls. This is where you actually make the money. All right, so this is the conversion funnel. And these are the funnels that I actually do. So one, we have all my content up here, which is mainly YouTube and IG. So we have content. And I have 2 ways. My end goal is to get calls. So I'll just put calls down here. I need sales calls to make money because I'm selling something that is high ticket. So I want calls. Now, you can see under this video exactly how I do it. You can see my exact strategy. I have a few call to actions or 2 call to actions. One is free training. Actually, I have 3 call to actions. 2 is community. 3 is website. You already see I gave you guys a call to action to my website and community in this video already. You go back, I just snuck them in there. Supernatural call to actions. Right? These are the 3 call to actions. And all of these are designed don't know why that one just did that. Let me just delete this. Here we go. All of these are designed to get me calls, but they go in a different way. So in the community, on the website, this just goes right to a demo call. On the community, there's a free course, which I highly recommend you guys check out. It's a pretty in-depth free course. This free course will have call to actions to a call. The free training is a VSL, a video sales letter. The VSL disqualifies people and gets me great calls. Right? Because it's disqualifying people. People that go through my VSL, if you answer the wrong question, you won't even see my calendar. All right, so I have these 3 things. The website gets me calls. My free course, community, gets me calls. The free training, which is a VSL, gets me great calls. All right, now I do all of them because I'm not generating an insane amount of traffic. Right? I don't have an insane personal brand. Basically, the more attention you're getting, the more you want to lean towards over here. The less attention you're getting, the more you want to lean towards over here. You want to decrease friction or increase friction depending on how much of your time is wasted. If you're taking 100 calls in a month and most of them are wasting your time, increase the friction. Increase the amount of effort it takes for someone to book a call. This will decrease the amount of calls, and thus, this will make you have more qualified calls. If you're getting 0 calls a month or less than 10 calls a month, just have a website, or ideally, you just have a calendar link. Simplest thing, just have a calendar link so people see your stuff, they book in calls. That's it. There's no website, there's no nothing. It's see my thing, book in a call for a free strategy session. That is it, right? You have no reason to have a fancy website if you have 0 calls coming from that website. Just have a calendar link. All right, but this is conversion mechanisms. And again, they all want to get on calls. My goal is to get everyone on calls. Calls here. That's the end goal because calls, if you just want to draw it out further, and this is sort of obvious, calls make money. All right. And a lot of money. 2, 3 here. Calls make money, right? But to get calls, you either have website, community, free training, and you can see all those down below. My recommendation is, again, I'll draw it out for you guys. Increase friction when lots of volume. Decrease friction with little volume. Again, the idea here is The harder it is for someone to book in a call with you, more likely they're going to be qualified if you ask the right questions. The less friction it is to book in a call, the more people are going to book in a call. But those people, since they didn't go through any friction, a lot of them are going to be wasting your time. A lot of them, especially if you have a personal brand, they just want to say hi to you. They want to connect with you because they see you on Instagram and YouTube, and they just want to say hi, which is not what you want, because it's going to be a waste of time. If you think about it like this, if you take 5 30-minute calls every single week, or let's do 6, if you take that many calls a week that are just amounting in nothing, that's like 3 hours of wasted time, which is crazy. It's crazy, right? 3 hours is another video is another Instagram reel because you're using AI. Like, think about how much your time actually matters to you. But that is the funnel that we take attention and we turn it into actual content idea. Now, within this, there's so much stuff that goes on. Like, for example, after you book in a call, there's reminder sequences. There's setters that could call you to remind you to show up. There's YouTube videos we send to people for nurturing after they book on a call. Like, it gets insanely complex, but this is not like a lead generation funnel breakdown. If you want that, just let me know. But this is basically how you're actually going to do the third step, which is turning views into conversions. That's actually the main thing. So one is understand your volume of calls, increase or decrease friction depending on your situation. Build out calendar, website, community, or VSL depending on your situation. All right, and then post consistently and tweak. All right, so that's step number 4, guys. It's turning views into lead sales calls and clients. So I'll write that down, and I'm just do a summary for you guys really quickly. Attention into leads and clients. Okay, so we have number 1 here, which we went over. 1 is get your ICP pain points using these AI prompts. You guys feel free, I'll do it one more time. Feel free to use this prompt right here. All of this stuff will be in our free community if you want to join it. It's a completely free course you guys could use to do more stuff like this, use social media and AI to generate leads for you guys. That's number 1. Number 2 is pick the right social media based on your understanding of the content funnel and the type of audience you're going after. And 3 is once you're generating a significant amount of traffic or any traffic at all, make sure that you have conversion mechanisms in place to turn attention into lead sales calls and clients, right? This last step here is right. I think this is the most important step. Otherwise, you will get no attention. But if you want to make money and not be a broke influencer, which a lot of these larger personal brands are, it's because they don't have the right conversion mechanisms or they have nothing to sell. All right. We're running an agency and we're businesses using content. We're not content creators. So that's our advantage. We have something to sell and we know how to run businesses. But if you do not nail number 3, guys, you have a massive time and you're going to get a lot of views. We're not going to get any sales and it's going to be a huge headache because I've been there. All right. So these are the 3 things you have to do. This is a live breakdown of how I took a completely random offer, how I generated pain points for the offer, content ideas for the offer, picked platforms for the offer, and then generate a sales funnel for that offer. Obviously, it gets more in depth than this. Like, it gets super, super in depth. If you guys want any other videos, please, right now, take the time. I don't care if you subscribe. I want you to comment more videos so I could help you guys out more. That's all I want to do. As always, if you have any questions, you could comment or you could hit me up on any of my social medias. The things we have in the description are our free community, our free training, and our website. So you guys know where those lead and what the end goal is. So if you want to hop on a call, you can. If not, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, more of a raw breakdown, and I will see you guys in this video where we actually prove that this works. I made $12,000 in one day using this funnel and this strategy. Otherwise, I will see you on my channel or I'll see you out there. Take care.